I think we're just going to dive straight in and just admire the beauty, not of me, but of the new P790s, because in my opinion, and probably yours, they are arguably the best looking iron that TaylorMade have ever produced for this category, and certainly the best ever looking P790. I'm not spending a whole lot of dough and not putting a decent looking club in the bag, and this certainly ticks that box. Oh, and they might have just as well solved another issue that I've always had with P790s, certainly from that strike anyway. Okay, TaylorMade, so it's like that, is it? From the shortest iron in the bag for the first shot to the second shot being the longest club in the bag, which was a 4 iron, which I'm never a big fan of, but maybe TaylorMade are about to change my opinion. So, proper review today in proper conditions, certainly in the UK at least anyway. Extremely windy, extremely cold. Yep, you guessed it. Mid-iron next. Oh my word. TaylorMade. It's got like an absolute bullet. Okay, so what's new about the 2025 TaylorMade P790s? Well, first of all, a new face material. That insert is allowing them to make it thinner and faster and more forgiving, and the sweet spot is 23% larger than that of the previous models. They also claim to have made huge gains in terms of sound and feel, and an issue that I had with a lot of the previous models was I struggled with both of those issues, and there is a change up as there was before. There's some tungsten weighting that is positioned very differently in each iron, from 7 iron through to 4 iron, and then when you get in 8 through to the pitching wedge, the tungsten is removed. And so far, 3 shots in, each of those clubs has done what TaylorMade suggested. Before we go any further, I just want to jump back to that aesthetics element, because yes, they visually look stunning, but more importantly than that for me, what TaylorMade have done with the sort of evolution and the transition over the years of the P790, if they made it very much look like a player's iron. And what I mean by that is, a few years back, my favourite iron within the TaylorMade lineup would have been the P790s. There's a blade iron that wouldn't have been much use to a player of my ability, but that's visually what I'd have been drawn towards. Now I'm able to look at an iron like the P790. It's such clean lines, very similar to that of the P7NB. They're stunning to look at, so they've got just such a wider appeal on that aesthetics element. They seem, whether or not it's clever visuals in terms of the way the shaping and profile has took place, but it seems a lot more smaller and compact iron as well than previous models. So all round, like I said, aesthetically, yes, stunning, but maybe it's that shape and profile is the biggest change that has made it, well, probably a few more better players might consider putting this one in their bag to help them out a bit. The one noticeable thing so far, which has impressed me as much as anything, the looks being one, and the second one being that sound and feel, because it's a huge difference, and by getting that bit right, it just changes things up significantly. Yeah, beautiful, nice little wedge. I'm impressed, I've got to say. No problems for the thumbnail as yet. What are we going to do for clickbait? So to be clear as well, anybody who's getting confused with what a review looks like, I don't think TaylorMade are asking you to change from your older set of P790s, and I'm certainly not interested whether you change to a new set of P790s. The idea of a review is to simply take stock of this year's model and give an opinion, and I have to say, so far so good. Have I hit that hard enough? Come on. Maybe slightly under hit, but they've got great feel, and this is where for me there's a huge difference. Certainly that 8-9 wedge, I want to be getting some responsiveness into the hands. I always felt my criticism was, for those who haven't watched previous reviews of these models, is just a little bit clicky out of the face, and I must admit it really was off-putting for me and not for everybody. But this is a huge change. Whatever they've done, I don't go too much into the technology story. They say they've made a difference, and I will confirm rather that they certainly have, and it's a real positive one, and I'm glad it's been done. What I'm finding so far anyway from my own feedback is long irons performed incredibly well. Forgiving, launching the ball high, and then look at that, it's just so nice off the face. Fires off it as well. That's just an 8-iron, we're a bit down breeze, so all irons seem to launch fairly high, which again is something that most golfers that are looking for a club in this kind of category are going to want a little bit of help with. But it's interesting it does that down the long end of the bag as well, and then just having that extra feel and control down the short end of the bag. It's difficult to know where to go with this in terms of the following model, because I think all boxes are ticked. And for a long time I was an advocate of the kind of blended set, so naturally P770s down the short end of the bag and then P790s in the long end would be a real sensible option for me. The more I play with these, the more I wonder whether or not it's even something I would bother with, because of that more refined look down the short end of the bag profile wise, and because of that better sound and feel. I almost think you'd be better sort of, or certainly why not stick with a full set of P790s through the bag. I'm just looking this way because I'm making sure the green is clear. We almost went, we're a little bit blind on this one, and we almost went too far with that 8-iron off the tee. Yeah, again, just the biggest difference for me is the sound and the feel, which, yeah, is just so much better than anything the P790s have done before, and that hollow body criticism that I would have had has just gone out the window. You know, the danger of these reviews, if you get a little bit too positive, then it becomes an infomercial. So you've got to find a balance between, I could get quite, for me at least anyway, animated and excited. That was animated and excited. I've just hit a couple of mid irons, and it just this set is just right. You know, they've got every bit right. I'll make it easier for me to do the review. Is that it's hard to find a critical element in these, and I think that's as about a bigger compliment as you can pay. It's a club for the masses, and my God, I mean, they've just performed so well here this morning in some real difficult conditions. And I've not been at my best either. Now, like those golf clubs, they don't hit the ball for you. They're not perfect. You still got to hit the damn thing, as I've just demonstrated by missing the green 15 yards right with just a 9-iron in hand. But what I will say is these are probably the most impressive irons that I've tried for, well, certainly this year, and that's for a number of reasons. They look good, they sound exceptional, the whole feel thing has been transformed, let me tell you, and that's from someone who's been a huge critic and probably my biggest surprise. And then you've got this element of performance, which I don't need TrackMan to tell me has been super impressive, because if I'm being honest with you, I haven't played particularly well today. I haven't struck the ball particularly well, and yet everything's felt really good. Everything's felt like it's got a bit of ball speed, and everything feels like it's helping me a little bit. And that is all ultimately I want from any golf club, and certainly this set of irons tick those boxes. That's me done. It's been incredibly cold, and that's my excuse for not playing so well today. But the P790 certainly helped me out. And if you are considering new irons, then trust me, TaylorMade P790s should certainly be on your list this year. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all soon.